Hi, my name is Peter Martin and I'm Participation Manager at Site Gallery. Today I'm talking to Joseph Bond, who has been working with the Society of Explorers on a music project, and we've also got a track that they've made to share at the end of the video. But to start with, Joseph, could you just explain the process of this project to me?
So I was invited by Society of Explorers to come, and we were really looking into building like Sheffield sound sculptures. So that was the original conversation we had with the group, and within this conversation, we would look to identify three kind of key themes and focuses for the group. So collectively, they decided to look at the temperature, color, and material of the sounds we were going to collect. And I was really lucky in that the group kind of gave me this like sound tour of Sheffield. So we left Site Gallery one evening with the group, or with our Zoom digital recorders, and journeyed around kind of Sheffield, through the station, through kind of different like water features, and playing objects all around the city, basically with our hands and with drumsticks and with our voices. So yeah, I feel really kind of privileged to have been given this kind of sound tour by the young people of Sheffield. And during that, we were listening, using our ears to kind of listen to the temperature and material and color of all the sounds to make this what would eventually become like a portrait of Sheffield.
And can you tell us about the software that we used to do the workshops?
Yeah, so it was really important that we were able to use a software that was simple to use, but also, like, more than anything, that the young people could continue to use after the workshop. So we decided to use Bandlab, which is just available online, and you don't have to download anything. You can just do it all through your web browser. And it's very kind of accessible, intuitive platform that we were able to just drop our samples that everybody recorded in Sheffield. We were just able to drop them in and start moving them around. And that's really important to me, that we don't begin to kind of get too bogged down in techniques or over intellectualizing things. That one of the things that we continually spoke about was kind of really prioritizing our ear as the thing that made the decisions. So if it feels right, or if it sounds right, wicked, we just keep moving forward. But if it wasn't, we kind of budged it around, or changed the pitch of it, or warped it. So we tried to keep it very kind of sculptural and very physical, so that we're all engaged, rather than getting kind of too caught up in these different kind of techniques and funny buttons and weird, too much kind of tech stuff.
It's great. And in tonight's Society of Explorers session, we shared the track that they've collectively made together. And we're going to play it at the end of this video, but could you just give us a bit of a preview as to how it all came together and how you felt about it, and maybe some reflections on what the explorers thought about it as well?
Yeah, so a key thing for me, kind of continually with a lot of the collaborative projects I do, is like a period of like positive feedback at the end. And I do that from everything like the basketball group that I coach through to collaborations like this. So we've just done that this evening, and some really juicy conversations came out of it, in terms of coming back to, again, our three kind of focuses of this temperature and color and material. But through this kind of mix and this like sound portrait we've made of Sheffield, these themes, kind of different threads, really we started to kind of tease them out in this conversation. And that is really like the legacy of Sheffield as an industrial city, and how whilst it may not be, like that, or that kind of city anymore, and that those kind of sounds were about way before a lot of us were born, and particularly the young people were born, that the kind of echoes of them still hang around in the air, through either the architecture or the material, or just the kind of, the feel, like the texture of Sheffield. So that's something that really came through in terms of a kind of industrial and quite ominous you know, we spoke a lot about like silvers and greys and rust colour that really came through in these portraits that we've made of the city.
That's great. Okay, I'll share it now. Great. Well, thank you so much for all your work on the project, and hope we get to work together again soon.
Thank you very much for having me. Really appreciate it.